Well, just in time. Come in.
Hello. Mr. Wyman, may I introduce my husband, George Wedgeworth?
So pleased to meet you. Same here. Well, please, sit down. Make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, it is so nice of you to see us on such short notice, Mr. Wyman.
Please, Ambrose.
Oh.
And may I call you Barbara and George?
Sure, why not?
Good.
Well, as I said to you on the telephone, we are very anxious to adopt a child, and we feel that the Lord Love the Children Foundation is really our very last hope.
Well, hope is what we like to give nice people like yourselves. We think of it as doing God's work. But does that mean that you have children here ready to be placed?
Oh, my, yes. We have a whole range of children, all ages. In fact, we have a perfectly charming 8-year-old girl.
Well, excuse me, but we had more in mind a newborn child.
A newborn?
Yes.
Yes, we would so love to bring an infant into our home.
You would? Well, of course you would. Yes, well, that is a difficult request.
Excuse me, I'm glad to talk to you.
Tina, I'm right in the middle of an interview.
Well, this is important. You know why that delivery guy gave us all this free? It's because it's spoiled. It's way past the date here.
Tina, this is not the time to cry about spoiled milk. Now, these nice people are here to adopt a child. Oh, where are my manners? Mr. and Mrs. Wedgeworth, this is Tina Roberts. Tina, this is George and Barbara Wedgeworth.
How do you do?
Hello.
Tina, you've made a terrible mess. But as they say, no use crying over spilt milk.
I'll still get something cleared over.
Well, if we are fortunate enough to adopt a child, I suppose we'll spend a good deal of time wiping spilled milk off the floor.
And baby food.
Yes.
I can hardly wait. Oh, here, let me help you clean that up. I could use the practice.
No, that's all right. I can do it. Well, I hope the Wymans can help you.
Tina, dear, do you know these good people?
No, Mr. Wyman, we've never met this young woman before.
No, I've never seen him before in my life.
Well, I was convinced there for a little bit that you recognized him.
Oh, you know what? It's probably the way I looked when I heard you say they wanted to adopt a child. I mean, you know how I am with the children. I love them, every single one of them, and I'm always happy when they find a good home and everything, but... well, I just go to pieces when they leave.
You seem like such a caring young woman.
Oh, well, I'm just glad I can help Lord Love the Children. I mean, Landview is truly blessed to have the Wymans.
Well, I think the Wymans are blessed to have you working with them. Oh, yes, we're very happy with Tina's work. I won't be needing you this afternoon, dear. Why don't you just take the time off for yourself?
Oh, no, there's plenty of things I could do here.
No, come on. It's the Christmas season. Why don't you go for a walk in the park, window shop, enjoy the decorations?
That sounds like such a good idea.
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks.
See you first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I'll be here.
Would you mind asking Serena to join us?
No, not at all.
My goodness, she seems like a very spirited young woman.
Yes, she certainly is. Well, now, shall we get back to our discussion? How long have you been married?
Well, we were childhood sweethearts, and then we went our separate ways. But I suppose we were meant to be together because we found our way back together again.
We've been married for 10 years. 8 years ago, we moved to Pine Valley when George took over one of the plants there.
Right.
You take care of the house?
Oh, yes. And we also travel a good deal.
But we would like to stay home and take care of a child. Our child.
Yes. And we're also very active in the community. You know, we get involved in civic organizations and youth groups and, of course, our church.
Oh, my goodness, you ought to see her with the children. She is so kind and has such patience. They just love her.
Well, you seem like an ideal couple to me. I'm sure you have a lot of love to give.
Yes, well, and as we said earlier, we would like a newborn.
Now, what makes you so sure that we can help you? Serena, darling, I want you to meet Barbara and George Wedgeworth from Pine Valley.
How do you do? Hello.
Pleased to meet you.
Hi.
The Wedgeworths are interested in adopting an infant.
Oh.
Oh, yes, indeed, and we were hoping you could help us.
Why did you choose us?
Well, they were just about to answer that when you knocked on the door.
Thank you. You see, we have been to several of the adoption agencies in the area.
Yes, and we meet all the requirements, so they put us on their waiting list. Waiting lists that go on for a mile.
Yes, so it would be quite a long time before a child would be available to us. Quite frankly, we didn't want to wait that long. We would like to have a child that we can love and cherish now while we're in the prime of our lives.
You'll always be that beautiful woman I fell in love with 25 years ago.
It's such a shame you haven't been blessed with a child of your own.
Yes, well, we've agonized over that for quite some time. We've even considered giving up having a child at all, but then we realized that we could give our love to an adopted child. We don't even care whether it's a girl or a boy, do we, sweetheart?
Oh, no, no.
Do you have nieces and nephews?
No, I'm an only child, so is George.
How long have you been trying to adopt?
Oh, a little over 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand why they keep a couple like you waiting. I mean, granted, there are few younger children around, but there's a lot of older children just waiting desperately for homes and families.
To be perfectly honest with you, we could have adopted an older child. Oh, maybe we're just being awful selfish.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not being selfish at all. Now, as I said earlier, then we prefer an infant. If that's not possible, then we will adopt an older child. But I just haven't given up hoping for a baby.
And that's why we came to you, Mrs. Weiner.
Can you help us?
I'm not going to the ball.
What are you talking about, Deborah? Come on, this is the big centennial ball. They only come around once every 100 years. You gotta go. It'll be a good time. You'll have yourself some fun. Okay? Please.
Good. The secretary didn't tell me you were busy. Oh, I was just leaving.
Deborah, you don't have to leave.
No, there's something that I just got to do. Bye. So what was that all about? So is Deborah pressuring you into taking more pictures of her?
No, she is not pressuring me into anything, Tina. I am the one who talked her into doing this whole modeling thing from the first place, remember?
Yeah, well, she certainly jumped on the idea, didn't she?
No, Tina. She has hated every second of it, all right? She told me that she just wants to concentrate all her time on ballet.
Well, I hope she's a better ballerina than she's a model, because she certainly doesn't seem to have much of a rapport with the camera.
And what's this, Tina? Are you jealous?
Why would I be jealous of her? I mean, why should I be upset that you are going to take her to the Centennial Ball? Well, I heard you talking to her about it.
Tina, I'm not going to the Centennial Ball with Deborah. So, how come you're not at the clinic? Did something happen that I need to know about?
As a matter of fact, yes.
What now?
Vicky and Roger are at the clinic right now, pretending to be Mr. and Mrs. Wedgeworth, and they're
Wait.
trying to adopt a child.
Vicky told me she was going to get some kind of an actor to play her husband.
I know, but something must have happened. And anyways, who knows what happened? The main thing is he's there. And it doesn't make any difference. See, if the plan works, then the Wymans are going to be in jail before Christmas.
You've had your hopes dashed so frequently. I just don't want to raise your spirits again and then fail you.
What are you saying, that you may not be able to help us?
Well, there is a possibility that we might have a infant up for adoption in the near future.
Oh, Mr. Wyman. Oh, that's just the most wonderful news we've had in years.
But I don't want to raise your hopes up again.
Oh, no, if there's even the possibility of adopting an infant. Oh, you just don't know what that would mean to us.
Is the infant here ready to be placed?
Oh, no. I'm afraid he or she isn't born yet.
Well, I don't understand that.
Well, you see, it's part of our work at here, Lord Love the Children. We do a lot of counseling to troubled teenagers and troubled young women. And one of these young women just recently discovered that she's pregnant.
Didn't I tell you these folks could help us?
George.
You know, I'm so excited I can hardly wait for the 2 o'clock feeding.
Now, like I said, I don't want to raise your hopes now. I mean, that's not saying that the young lady will change her mind or anything, but it's been known to happen that they get emotionally involved after the birth, and then...
Is she in good health?
Oh, excellent health.
Would we be expected to pay her medical costs?
Oh, that'll be just fine. I mean, I'll pay for any cost it might incur, even her...